we doing, Xbox gamers? Welcome back to another top 5 video, and in today's top 5 video I'll be going through the top 5 best gaming keyboards you can currently get on the market for your Xbox console, guys. Yes, now a lot of you may know that I don't really like PC gamers or keyboard and mouse on Xbox. While that is very true, there are still some great keyboards, gaming keyboards to be specific, out there that are great for the games that allow you to play keyboard and mouse, such as Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and so much more games you can use your keyboard and mouse for on Xbox. So I'm basically doing this list for those games specifically, and just for the overall performance and the price of these keyboards as well. So if you're going to be cheating, guys, I do not suggest cheating with like Zim on Xbox at all. I do not like Zim players, but that's not the point of this video. But if any of you are new here, if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you never ever miss out on any great content like this. Now remember, guys, every single Tuesday and every single Friday a new top 5 video drops and a new unboxing video drops every single Friday now, guys. So make sure you do the following so you don't miss out on any great content like this at all. Now let's get straight into my number 1 gaming keyboard for today's video. Now guys, coming at my number 1 gaming keyboard for today's video is going to be the Logitech G613 gaming keyboard. Now this keyboard sits around $167.49 currently on Amazon at the moment. It is 16% off if you're interested in checking that out right now, guys, to get a cheap deal on this keyboard. Now the reason why it is in my number basically 1 spot for today's video is because it's got a good rep, it's got a great background, it's overall a great keyboard that will get the job done for your Xbox console and give you a smooth and a wireless experience as well. So basically the pros about this keyboard is it's got Unreal Light Force wireless speed, so it's going to provide you that wireless connection no matter what really well. So you're not going to have to worry about a cord, you're just going to have to plug that little USB into your Xbox and not have to think and worry about like a connection at all to it at all. And basically it's got a tactile switches, well, you know, swappable switches, and they're tactile in it, which makes it sound good and feel good when you're pressing down on the keyboard. So that's another good pro about it. It's got a high-end quality build. Logitech's products are always high quality built, and this keyboard specifically, according to most people, has a great feel overall and has a great comfort in the sense for your fingers. And it's got an unreal battery life, so when you put in batteries into this thing, it's going to last a lifetime. Well, not a whole lifetime, but a really long time before you have to change the battery as well. So that's another great pro about it. And also it works well with Bluetooth. So if you're going to use it for your, like, you know, your PC or your gaming like laptop or a laptop at all, you can just use it for a wireless connection instead of having to take that USB out. Now the only real cons about this keyboard is the wrist rest is very disappointing. It does not really support your wrist at all, and it will make you feel uncomfortable using this keyboard specifically, so watch out for that. It takes up a lot of space on your desk. Basically it's a really big keyboard. I don't know why I struggled to say that there, but anyways, it also has no backlight, which is another disappointing thing about the keyboard, but those pros shouldn't, you know, phase off you from not buying this specifically gaming keyboard. It's in my number 1 spot because it provides a great all-round experience with a wireless connectivity, with great switches inside the keyboard as well, making it more comfortable press down on. So that's the reason why it's in my number 1 spot for today's video. Now guys, we're going to be moving on to my number 2 gaming keyboard for today's video. Now guys, coming at my number 2 spot for today's video is going to be the Corsair K63 gaming keyboard. Now the reason why it sits in my number 2 spot for today's video, guys, is because it comes at a really reasonable price for $224.81 currently on Amazon, guys. Remember, if you want to buy any of these keyboards in today's video, check out my Amazon affiliate links in the description below. It does help me out, guys, if you purchase through them, so please purchase through them. I do appreciate the help, so make sure you continue to do that. But basically, overall, it's got a real affordable price, as I said before about the price. And basically, the pros about this keyboard is it comes with a wrist rest. A lot of them do, but this one I was quite surprised about that it comes with a wrist rest. It comes with the Cherry MX red mechanical key switches, so it's got that mechanical kind of sound effect, and it's quite decent overall. They're not the best, but I'll explain more about that later. It does have backlight, and it also has a wireless connectivity for this keyboard as well, which I think is great about this keyboard as well. The only real of cons about this keyboard specifically is the wrist pad does not feel too comfy on this one as well. So you've got to kind of like have the right type of wrist tone in order to have this great comfort about this wrist rest. And also, it's not the top of the line mechanical switches. These ones tend to not be the best at at the moment. There obviously are better ones out there, but it will get the job done for an affordable price. The reason why I've chosen this one is because another mid-price gaming keyboard that deserves to be at the number 2 spot, obviously because it's got a great background history, a great rep for the brand overall as well, and it will get the job done, and it's got the mechanical sound effect, which I do like about the keyboards, and puts it in the number 2 spot for me personally. But overall, guys, that is the reason why it's in my number 2 spot. Now we're going to be moving on to my number 3 gaming keyboard for today's video. Now guys, coming at my number 3 spot for today's video is going to be the Razer BlackWidow Lite gaming keyboard. Now the reason why it sits in my number 3 spot for today's video is because it sits at a very reasonable price, and it is the cheapest keyboard so far on this list. It comes at $132.58 currently on Amazon, guys. If you want to check that out, make sure you check my Amazon affiliate links down in the description below. But the reason why it's in my number 3 spot is from the pros, basically. So the pros about this keyboard specifically is it has a very compact design, which is very good for gaming keyboards specifically. It has a removable cable, which I think is great about it, so you can plug the cable in or out, no problem. It has a very quiet orange switches, so when you're gaming and you're pressing the keyboard constantly, it's not going to have that loud clicky effect with this one specifically. So if you're going to be gaming late at night on your Xbox console with this gaming keyboard, no one's going to be able to really hear you unless you're raging at a game. But including, it comes with an O-ring to add more silence to the keyboard as well, so that's another added bonus to the silence of this gaming keyboard specifically. It has hyper shift support for macros, which I think is great about it as well. Another great pro about this gaming keyboard. And overall, it's just a great brand. Razer are a very high quality brand, and they do provide the best gaming keyboards out there, in my personal opinion. But it didn't win today's list because obviously Logitech outdid them there, as well as Corsair with their other designs, personally for me. But overall, guys, a great keyboard. It will get the job done. It will provide you a great experience on those keyboard and mouse games that Xbox support on. But other than that, the cons about this is it does not have much of an angle when you're trying to put it on its stand. So if you're like playing like on an angle with your gaming keyboard, it's not going to really work. And it does not have RGB, and it does not have a number pad on this as well. So there's another 2 cons for that, but personally for me, the number pad does not matter for me personally at all. And basically the RGB, I'm half and half about it, but you don't need RGB to have a great setup. So overall, still a great keyboard. So make sure you check it out, guys, in the link in the description below. Now we're going to be moving on to my number 4 gaming keyboard for today's video. Now guys, moving on to my number 4 gaming keyboard for today's video is going to be the SteelSeries Apex Pro compact gaming keyboard. Now the reason why it sits in my number 4 spot is obviously because the price for me was quite high for a gaming keyboard. It sits around $327.98 currently on Amazon, guys, and it probably is cheaper elsewhere, but this is the most I've seen it for. Basically, the reason why it's in this spot is because it's overall a great brand. SteelSeries do provide great products, but overall they could make better gaming keyboards. They make great headsets, but just not the keyboards personally for me. Overall, the pros about this keyboard specifically is it provides quiet switches, which is great about it. It has a great configuration altercation, which is great about it as well. It's got a magnetic wrist pad, so it attaches to the keyboard no problem, which is basically a win over most wrist pads for it beats the rest of the competition there. Personally for me, they've got comfier wrist pads, honestly, in my opinion. But overall, it's got a great sleek design about it as well. It's very compact. It's got a great feel. It's got a great metal feel to it as well, as you could see from the video before. It provides you the RGB, the pretty RGB of it as well. The RGB is a great feature about this one. They do have the best RGB, in my opinion, as well. But overall, those are the pros about it. But the only cons is the price, obviously. The non-detachable cable about this as well. They're the only real cons. It's so pricey. You could get, honestly, a cheaper keyboard and have a better experience than spending like $327 on a gaming keyboard. You could honestly find a better keyboard there. That's just my opinion personally, but it's overall a great keyboard and a great option to go if you're looking for a good gaming keyboard. But overall, guys, that's why it's in my number 4 spot for today's video. Now we're going to be moving on to my 5th and final gaming keyboard for today's video. Now, guys, coming in my 5th and final gaming keyboard spot for today's video is going to be the Razer Turret Wireless Mechanical Gaming Keyboard. Now, the reason why it sits in my number 5 spot, and a lot of you are probably confused that this keyboard was actually made for Xbox, and you're probably confused on why it's in my number 5 spot. Well, the reason being, it sits at $427.98, and it's quite expensive just for buying a gaming keyboard specifically for your Xbox. I do know this one's specifically made for your Xbox, as I said before, and it comes with a gaming mouse as well, which makes it even more expensive, but you could honestly get like a gaming keyboard and a mouse combined for a lot of cheaper price, and that's why it's sold into my number 5 spot. But moving on to the pros about it, it's got an exceptional build quality, it's got tactile satisfying keys about it as well, so it's got a great design, a great feel and a great clicking sound about it. It's also got a unique magnetic mouse pad that you can use while you're gaming, so you can legit sit it on your lap and sit back and relax and game with it, so you don't even have to like sit sit real close to a monitor. If you're like a TV game and you want to use a keyboard and mouse, well, there's an option for you, but it's up to you if you want to spend over $400 just for a gaming keyboard and mouse. It's got a high friction underside for a lap stability, so if it's sitting on your lap, it will stay there. It's got a nice material at the bottom that will keep, from it slipping off your lap. The only real pros about this is that the rubber pads get dirty very quickly. It's got no left-hand support about it. It's very, very expensive for what you're paying for. It's a weak mouse, Xbox mouse, and a keyboard support. And obviously, Xbox have, expanded on their games already, what they can support now, which kind of puts that COD out of the question for me personally. And they're very hard to find in stock, but if you're buying through Amazon, guys, through my Amazon affiliate links, they are, available there, and you can find them a lot easier through Amazon. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these gaming keyboards today, remember, all my Amazon affiliate links to all the products today will be in the description below if you're interested. But guys, that will pretty much wrap up my today's top 5 video on the top 5 best gaming keyboards you can currently get for your Xbox on the market. Now guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you never ever miss out on any great content like this. Now remember guys, every single Tuesday and every single Friday, a new top 5 video drops and a new unboxing video drops on the channel. So make sure you go do the following so you don't miss out on any great content like this at all. And I'll catch you all in the next video.